What is up, everybody? This is Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation, coming at you from the TA in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. As you can see, my hair is a little bit shorter right there. Had a chance to run home for about a 34-hour reset. Had to check on my wife. She kind of had some concerning medical issues that came up, but everything is all good with that. So got back on the road, and we're going to finish up with my co-driver, who is already over his 30,000 miles that we're just waiting to get called in. Now, my next video, or this video, should have been, what would I do if I had problems with my fleet manager? But I'm going to hold off on that video till I have a chance to really think about that, and it's probably going to happen when I bring my co-driver in to upgrade. What I want to talk about now, somebody had asked if I planned on continuing with this training and all this kind of stuff, and to be honest with you, I'm really not 100% sure. For me to make my decision right now would be a little bit tough, because if I did make that decision, it would probably be no right now. Not because of the training, but I've been out for almost 2 months, and it's kind of wearing on me right now, so I'll probably make up my decision once I finally get home. And I'm going to take at least 2 weeks off when I get home, so that should give me a chance to clear my mind and make a good decision. Now, reasons I may not train, they changed the miles from 50,000 miles to 30,000 miles. And my guy's ready to go. I'm going to tell you this right now. Not because I'm a great trainer or anything like that. But outside of some of the stuff that he may have to experience on his own, he's ready to go. He hasn't had a roadside event or anything like that. Hasn't had to deal with claims. And I've kind of tried to walk him through what that process would be. But in 30,000 miles, you're not going to be able to go through everything that, you need to go through. That's one of the things that I was able to do by, doing somewhere around 140,000 miles, was almost everything that could happen happened. So nothing was really new to me. So while I think my co-driver is ready to get out on his own, there's always things that in 30,000 miles you're just not gonna experience. But I think one of the frustrations I have with the training right now is, and it's not Prime's fault, I heard there's Freightliner problems, just problems in general getting people upgraded to their trucks. But if I'd known that I had to go 50,000 miles or 40,000 miles, I don't know where we're at on miles. We're probably close to 38 or 40 about now, but if I just knew, see, here's the problem. And the frustration with both of us, he's ready to go. He feels he's ready to go. He knows there's some things he could probably learn. But he's far ahead of most people that are ready to upgrade. I'm going to throw that out there right now. But he's ready to get out on his own. He has things that he needs to take care of at home. I want to get back home. And really being unclear on when we're going to get called up to the big leagues is kind of leaving us in limbo. And it kind of reminds me of, that old country store or that ghetto market where you go up to the door and it says, "We'll be back in 30 minutes. And you don't know if it's the first minute or the 29th minute. So it's really frustrating on his end, and I don't know what all his frustrations are, but on my end, I can't plan home time. I can't, I don't know if I'm going home in a week or 2.5 weeks, you know what I'm saying? And it's that lack of control that is really hard for me to deal with. So, once I take some home time, clear my head, maybe that's not going to be that big of an issue. But I'm looking at the situation I'm in now, and listen, I'm in the perfect situation. You know, I got a co-driver that really can handle things from start to finish. You know, I'm a little bit of a control freak, so I'm up at every shipper, up at every receiver. At this point, I'm kind of letting him sit back and handle things on his own, just to make sure he knows what he's doing. But it's a perfect situation, and if this is the perfect situation, I'm feeling as drained as I am now. I'm just not sure that it's something that I can continue doing. Now, if money was my sole focus, then I would definitely do it, because listen, if you want to get into training and your heart and mind is in the right place, you will be compensated very well for coming into training. I mean, I kind of alluded to how much, you know, I'd made these last, well, maybe not this last week, which was another excellent week. Not as good as the week before, but it was an excellent week. But if you're looking to stack some cash or do something like that, and money is kind of a motivating factor, then I would say train. But don't train if you're going to be one of these bullshit ass. Listen, I talked to a bunch of people. I mean, whether it be on Facebook or people are emailing me or whatever the situation is, and then we speak on the phone. I mean, I talk to a lot of people that are going through some bad training experiences. Now, while I say a lot, in the scheme of things, it's probably a small percentage of the entire group of people that are going through training right now. But the people that are having good experiences aren't reaching out to me. It's always the people that aren't. And some of the stuff I'm hearing is a bit concerning. I know I'm kind of going off topic a little bit. You know, when I picked up my co-driver who had to get off his other trainer's truck, the other trainer is basically dropping his trainee off at my truck and talking shit about the trainee to me with the trainee there. Thought that was a little fucked up. But you know what? I didn't listen to anything he said. You know, I kind of did the Biggie, the Biggie Smalls situation. You know, I didn't head right out. Just hung out with him for a little bit. Asked him what his interests were, who he bees with, you know, what makes him smile, what numbers to dial, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, got to know him a little bit. Then we headed out, and it's been good since then. And every now and then we talk about his training experience, and he'd, you know, tell me kind of what was going on. And I was like, you're lying. You know, and he's like, I got recordings. And I was like, oh, shit. So he has receipts on it. So it's undeniable. But anyway, let's get back to if I'm going to train again. You know, I do think that I have a lot to offer, and I have a lot to gain, you know. Being with my current co-driver has been a learning experience for me as well. Watching somebody else drive, watching somebody else back, watching somebody else try to do everything kind of sharpens up everything I'm doing. So it's not a one-way street, but is that going to be enough motivation for me to continue training? I don't know. You know, if you think about it, you know, when I go home and I'm home for like, you know, 11 days, 2 weeks, you know, by the time I come out, you know, it's like you know, my power mode is all the way to 100%, you know. And then, you know, as you drive, and let's just say as a team, you drive, and then, you know, after the first week, let's say you have a chance to maybe sit for, you know, let's say 15 hours, you know, you think you're rejuvenated, but now your power meter's at like, 92. Then the next week goes, and then, no matter how much sleep you get, now your power meter's at like 85, and it just keeps dropping. You know what I'm saying? And I'm at that point right now where we have a chance to sit on this load. I could have drove it in today, but I got with dispatch. They said, not a lot of team loads coming out right now. Just go ahead and drop in the morning. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to have a chance to have sat for 10 hours during his drive, or maybe he had 8 hours, maybe 9 hours during his drive. And I'm going to sit all night till tomorrow. He's going to start out driving tomorrow. Just because his solar power tendencies are in effect. So I try to keep him on that, since he's been such a good co-driver, and I don't mind driving nights. But I'll have a lot of time to rest, but no matter how long I rest until I can fully recharge, I'm still going to be kind of low on my energy, and that's kind of what scares me a little bit. And I was talking to my wife about this, and that is her number one fear of me continuing training isn't the time away from home. I mean, that's one thing, but just the fact that I'm not as 100% rested as I am when I'm kind of out there solo. So those are things I got to think about. And, I'm really going to have to sit down and focus on what my goals are. Like I said in the previous video, as a previous mortgage banker, we were professional goal setters. A goal isn't, I want to make a bunch of money. A goal is, what you're going to do with that money, things like that. So I really need to find out, if I do this, it can't be about the money. There needs to be a goal beyond that maybe the money will kind of assist with, and kind of bring that into clarity, because if it's about the money, then I just won't do it. So anyway, I'm going to come back with that video, what I would do if I wasn't getting rammed by my fleet manager, if I had problems with my fleet manager. Probably when I get back to the terminal, dropping him off. Already took him out for a dinner when we were in Springfield a while back, but we're definitely going to celebrate when it's time for him to upgrade. And it's truly been a pleasure to have been a part of his training experience. So anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.